Rise and shine, family. Welcome back to the Truth Factory. Listen, guys, I don't know if you saw the viral video where lovely wife Michelle finds out that her husband has been texting another woman. She takes off to the park to meet this other woman, Lisa, and it ends up being a huge altercation. Okay, Michelle comes back to the home only to find Lisa already in her home. Turns out to be a very horrible thing. Marcus and Michelle have now split up. I've invited Michelle to talk with her today. I want to try and help restore or rekindle their relationship, or at least find out how they plan to move forward, okay? They have a child together, or I think a couple of children, and I want to kind of talk to them about how their life is going to look going forward. So with no further ado, I'm going to invite Michelle on stage. Come on, Michelle. Listen, it is very unfortunate to meet you on these circumstances, but I do appreciate you coming in to share your side of the story. I'm sure you've seen it everywhere since you posted that video. A lot of people had a lot of things to say.
Yeah.
Of course, they even told you shouldn't even have went and confronted her. I know it's a lot of mixed emotions behind it, but before we get into all of that, I just want to kind of start it off and talk about your life before the betrayal, because people are just seeing it starting from this incident. Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about how your life was before you found that message? Okay.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you, Kevin, for having me.
My pleasure.
I appreciate you inviting me on. Yes, the video did a lot more than what I thought. I thought it was just going to be my family and friends, but it seems like the public caught hold of it, and it definitely spiraled into a way that I didn't expect. Me and Marcus, we've known each other for a very long time. So, everyone's new looking in at us, but I've known this man for a while. And before all of this, we were perfect. You understand? So
he's never done anything like this before? This is the first time you saw this?
Really not that I've ever known of. I have a son previous to Marcus, you understand?
Okay.
And Marcus accept my son. And that was one of the reasons why when, after we were dating and he proposed to me, it was a yes automatically.
Wow.
Because he was such a good man to my child, And that's why this is so surprising to me. But we were very strong before. We really were everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you this, okay? So based on how he treats you, based on his actions were toward you, if you could give me one emotion to describe how he kept you feeling before the infidelity: joy, happiness, safe, hopeful for a future,
literally everything you just said. Marcus had the ability, like I said, he took in my son, which made me feel secure. He made me feel safe. Marcus always took care of us. He was always a good man before, and I knew with him being the type of man he was that, of course women gone look at him or whatever, but I never thought that he would actually, take that step on me.
Yes, ma'am.
But beforehand, he was perfect to me in my brain. That's what I thought,
Wow. Okay, so let's go to the moment you saw that phone sitting there and something inside of you said, check that phone. Can you tell us what you were thinking before you looked at that phone and kind of what you felt when you saw him speaking to another woman about meeting her at a park?
Honestly, Kevin, I want to say it was my intuition or something. And I don't know why I checked the phone that day. It's just something told me to. But I'll say this. I've known Marcus for so long that I started to kind of see things. I don't know. He was just doing things that he normally didn't do. You understand? And I realized something just was look in the phone, And when I did it that day, it was not intentional. But my grandmother always told me, if you go looking for something, you might find it. And I went looking that day, and I found what I found, and I'm glad I did. I wasn't expecting it, but that's the way it happened. And I was extremely upset. I was, as y'all could see, as everybody could see, I was very mad. But it was just my intuition, I feel that led me to that. I kind of knew. You know, when you know someone for years and they start doing something different,
Absolutely.
you could tell. Like he gave his own self away.
So you just kind of had that, what they call it, woman's intuition. Your spidey sense was tingling.
You get that. You're born with it. And sometimes they say you have to listen to it. That's exactly what I did. And I checked that phone that day and I was not wrong. And I'm not mad that I did it. But I'm mad at what I found.
Absolutely.
Right.
Well, I saw you, of course I saw the video, right? And
Yeah.
you know what, let's
Everybody saw that video.
absolutely. And just for the people who have not, let's take a moment and get familiar with that video, okay? Here we go.
Yeah, so I'm recording this because I want y'all to see me approach this girl who has been messaging Marcus, like my husband, Marcus, this whole time. She thinks that she's meeting Marcus today, but she's not. She's gonna meet me. Lisa? Lisa, what's up? How you doing, girl? I'm Michelle. Yes. I am Marcus' wife. I know that you thought you was meeting him, right? I know you thought you was meeting him, but no, it's me. It's me, yeah.
So what's your name?
My name is Michelle, and I know for a fact you've been dealing with Marcus, right?
I know a Marcus.
You do, right?
I know a Marcus, but
you
he's
know
not
my
married.
Marcus.
But he's not married.
No, Marcus is.
The Marcus that I know isn't married.
Lisa.
So I'm trying to figure out how you know my name.
Lisa, because you're going to sit here and lie. You do know Marcus.
I know a Marcus.
Right, you know my Marcus,
but
and you know about me.
But he's not married. He is single, and we've been dealing with each other for a
Lisa,
year.
clearly you know he's married because you've said it. You've talked about me in his phone.
I don't talk about you.
Yes,
I don't
you
know who
do.
You are. I don't know who you are.
Yes, you do.
know who you are.
I've seen you message him and you've said my name.
Girl, I don't even know what you're talking
You're
about.
not
And
just
for you to be
hurting me.
approaching-
That's the thing.
For you to be
Lisa,
approaching me, for you to be
Lisa,
approaching
we
me,
have
do
children.
you know me?
Lisa, we
Do
have
you know me in
children.
person?
We have children.
But
We've
do
been
you know
together
me in
for
person?
3 years. We have children.
about to
You're
do
not
this
just
right now.
messing up his life. It's about me as well.
I'm not
We
doing
have
this
kids.
right now.
You don't care about his kids, Lisa? You don't care about what's going on?
I care about kids, but he didn't tell me that he was married.
Yes, he did. I've seen y'all's messages. I just saw everything. I read all of it.
How he's married, but yet he's always with me. How is he married, but he's always with me? He never told me he was married.
Well, obviously,
Because if he was married, then I wouldn't be dealing with him.
yes,
So
you
that-
would.
No, I would not be dealing
Both
with
of
him.
y'all
I'm not a
wrong.
homewrecker.
Both
I'm
of
not
y'all
a
wrong.
homewrecker.
Obviously, I need to have a talk with Marcus.
You must have me mixed up with somebody else.
No,
because
it's
I would-
you.
No,
It's
you know
you.
me personally.
No,
You
it's
know me
you.
personally.
You're Lisa. You're in the
You know me
phone. It's
personally.
you.
You must be a fan.
No,
You
not
must
at
be a
all.
fan. Yeah, that
Not
is
at all.
upset to me.
Not at
Okay,
all. I
know
know who
why,
you
though.
are, cause he keep frequent them tacky
I'll
strip
text-
clubs.
I'll text-
He
I'll
keep
text-
frequent
I'll
them
text-
tacky strip
I'll
clubs,
text the
and I'm
person that
pretty
I
sure
know.
that's where he might
I'll
have
text the
found
person
you
that
at.
I know, and if
No.
and when he calls me back and tells me that there's a crazy lady
You don't-
that's still
no.
obsessed with him, then we can go back on that. But
You
I
don't have
know
to
a
worry
married-
about
I
it.
don't know a married one. Sorry.
You don't have to worry about
I
it.
don't know a married one. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, keep it pushing because you already
I'm
know.
gonna keep it pushing.
Good.
Because clearly, if he was married, sorry to say, if he was married, then maybe that's something that's going on in your marriage that you need to fix. Because if it was a happy marriage, he would not be coming to me.
And
about that.
I definitely agree. And that's
that means- so that means
oh
something that
no,
you have
I
to fix. You have
concur.
to fix
But
that.
that's okay. That's why I'll be speaking to him. But I decided to come to speak to you first.
You don't need to speak to me.
Well,
You don't
I'm
need to speak
speaking
to
to
me.
you
You
now,
don't need- 'cause
and I
for
just
one,
want to
I
let
don't
you
even know
know
if we know the
because
same
don't text my
person.
husband
I
no
don't
more.
even know if we know the same person.
Don't text my husband
I don't
again.
even know we know the same person.
Don't text my husband
And
again.
don't tell me what.
Don't
I
text my
can
husband
or can't
again.
do.
We have kids.
Because right
That's
now,
my
I'm really
husband.
trying not to
3
whoop
years.
your ass 'cause
3
I don't
years.
even know who you are.
Girl.
I never seen you before.
Girl,
I never seen
no.
you before. So that means that's something that you need to work on yourself. You probably delusional.
No.
You need some help.
No.
And if you got kids, you shouldn't even. Where's your kids at? Where's your kids at? If you had.
They at home with their father.
No, they're not. Because I just spoke to him and he's not even at home.
Right, exactly. So you know him like I said.
Because he's supposed to be
You know what?
here.
Let me
The
not
one
get
I know is
ratchet.
supposed to be
Let me
here.
not get ratchet like her. Oh my God, y'all see?
acting ratchet
No,
when
I
you're
was
supposed to.
never.
You
I
supposed to
no,
be
I was
here.
never. I'm not nowhere near ratchet. That's why he goes to find y'all. That's why, cause he knows I'm nothing like that. He knows I'm nothing like that.
Y'all, like as if I'm just like a side chick.
You are.
But okay, so if I was a side chick, that means that your man is taking money out your account to pay for my bills. my expenses?
I doubt it, because I'm sure your bills are not much. Because I'm sure he probably found you at one of those strip clubs that he frequents. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm a y'all.
I'm pretty sure.
And if that's your man, that means your husband's been sleeping with me this whole time. He's never going home.
Right. Okay, he comes home, but don't worry about it. I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna talk to him, but don't worry, because I know where you work. I'll pull up to the club. I'll pull up to the club.
You need to find one
I'll
that
pull
does
up.
come home.
I'll pull up to the
You need to find one
club.
that does come home.
I'll pull up to. Maybe I might come to your club and find one. Who knows? Who knows? But for now, don't text my man. Don't text my husband ever again. That's my husband. That's my husband. You don't know nothing about that. You don't know nothing about that.
He don't even say that he has a wife.
Okay, girl.
So that's something that you need to fix yourself.
Girl, okay.
That's you need to fix yourself.
Okay,
Because you have a husband that doesn't even say that he has a wife.
All right.
That's crazy.
No.
And we just got some rings too. I'll let you know that.
Some rings? Girl, bye.
We went ring shopping. So you need to tell your husband something like
that.
Girl. Yeah, laugh about it because you look.
Girl, because the only rings y'all got is down to the club. Them onion rings and fries that he goes down there to get some lemon peppers. To go get some lemon peppers. Girl, let me not get ratchet. Let me not get ratchet.
If he's married, he don't even wear his ring.
Okay.
That's sad.
He has a wife. Just know that. Just know that. Don't let me catch you around my man again, boo.
Yeah, what you gonna do?
Don't let me catch you around my man again. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But what you gonna do?
Go ahead. Don't let me catch you around my man.
You doing all this and you still ain't doing
All right, no.
What you gonna do?
Obviously, Marcus.
You're not gonna do nothing. And before I go ahead and whoop your ass, I'm just gonna go ahead and take myself out the equation.
Please do.
And if you do post that, make sure you post how stupid you look.
Oh, I never look stupid. I never look stupid. Because I got something for both of y'all. I got something for both of y'all. I know I have something for both of y'all. Okay. All right, girl. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Get in your van. Go pick up your kids that you find a daddy for. Not my man. Go pick up your kids. Find a daddy for. Find a daddy for. Not my man. Not my husband. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Go get in your little van. Go pick up your. I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt it. He ain't. Marcus never seen. No. I doubt it.
It's paying for my kids' travel.
No.
It's paying for my kids' food.
We'll see.
Dumb.
You still, girl.
Dumb.
Girl, my husband never. I get benefits. I get benefits. That's my husband.
I'll show you my deposits.
Okay. All right. Don't worry. I'll be checking on that. You seen what I just had to deal with? That's who he's cheating on me with. That's what he wants. Y'all, like, for real, that's what I'm saying. I'm almost at my house. Bro, for real. I'm going, like, when I get in here, I'm gonna, like, really, like, yo, for real. Wait. Yeah. No, I know this girl is not at my house. I know she not at my house. I know this girl car is not at my house. Wait, hold on, y'all. I know what the fuck is going on in here. Oh, hell no. No, why is this bitch in my house? Marcus, bitch, you told me you didn't know my husband.
Just
no, hell no, I'm about to, oh no. Where's my shit? Where's my stuff? I'm about to know. No, I'm finna go downstairs and get what I need to get. I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail tonight. I'm going to jail right now. I'm going to jail. I swear to God. I'm going to jail. No, fuck that. What is she doing in my house, Marcus? No, fuck that. No, go to jail, bitch.
Right?
No, you don't love nothing, Marcus. You don't love nothing, Marcus. No, you don't love me.
Listen.
Fuck that. What are you doing, bitch? What are you?
Babe,
what
listen
are
to me.
you doing
Chill,
in my house?
baby.
What are you doing in my house?
Give me a hug.
No, get off me. Get off me.
bro.
Get off me.
Calm down.
No.
Calm down. Babe, calm down.
No.
Babe, calm down.
Tell me what truth. Tell me what truth. I'm finna flip out. I'm finna flip out.
Okay.
No, fuck that. I'm finna flip out. No, fuck that.
Babe,
Fuck that
listen.
shit. No, I'm finna flip out. Yo, fuck.
Please. Hold up. Hold up.
You told me that you was gonna leave her. Stop playing.
No, who was gonna leave who? You was gonna. Oh, you gonna leave Junior? You're gonna leave Junior? He's 6 months old. You're gonna leave my son? You're gonna leave my son? You're gonna leave my son. He's gonna leave my son.
Hear me out.
No. He gonna leave my motherfucking kids.
He got get together, have a nice dinner, talk this over.
Have a dinner dinner.
We can be together.
I'm not going to that tacky ass strip club to eat with y'all. I'm not going to that tacky ass strip club. No, I'm not going to that tacky ass strip club to eat with y'all. No, kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. No, fuck that. Bitch, get out my house. Get out my house. Get the fuck out my house. Get out my house, bitch. No, Marcus, get out. Get out my house. Get out my house. Get out my house. My kids downstairs. My kids downstairs. You got this wretched ass bitch in my house. My kids downstairs. Go back to the club. Go back to the club, bitch. Go back to the club.
Because you told me that you was gonna leave.
No, you said no. He's not leaving nothing.
We can work this
If we gonna be the
No, we don't.
If we gonna
Polly.
be I'll be number one.
No.
You be number two.
Girl, go find your baby daddy. Be poly with them. She got 4 baby daddies. She can be poly with them. You already got 4 niggas. She already got 4 niggas. Stop playing. Marcus, I'm gonna fuck your ass up. I'm gonna fucking choke your ass. Stop playing. Stop playing. Nah. He got me fucked up. I'm calling my mama. Get off me, Marcus. I'm calling my mama. I'm about to take Junior. I'm about to take this house. No. I'm getting all of it. No, fuck you. Fuck you. And you wanna, no, you didn't never talk to me about none of that. You, her, and her 4 baby daddies can go be poly together. Fuck you. No, you, her, and her 4 baby daddies can be poly. Eat my ass. I'm out. Eat my ass. I'm out. Bye.
All right, so obviously that hurt you deeply, okay? You've now gone to this park, you're arguing with her, then you get back to the house only to find her there. You posted the security footage.
Yeah.
Can you take me through that? I mean, I know it's a deep personal hurt because this man he's been lying to you and covering it up. And that's gotta hurt, that someone can smile right in your face while they really about to step out the door and go see this other woman. I want you to tell me kind of how you process those emotions. I just imagine you grabbing your pillow on the bed and just crying your heart out. Maybe don't have the words to say.
Let me tell you something, Kevin. First of all, I just had my young son with Marcus, okay? So when I saw that video, I felt rage. You understand what I'm saying? I felt rage. Because, first of all, I just gave birth. Once that happened, my son was 6 months old. What? I'm like, how are you gonna step out not only on me, but on your son? It wasn't just me, it was his son that he stepped out on. See, that's what these men don't understand. And that's what makes me angry. Because what they don't realize is that we was a family. You stepped out not just on me, but on your children. Like, my son looks at him as a father as well, too. And he knows that's his little brother's dad. So we are family. For him to step out on me and his kids and the investments that it's not just like surface level. You understand what I'm saying? We have bills together. We have like a foundation, a life.
Absolutely.
So when I start out, upset is not the word to describe what I was. And that's why when people was like in the comments, oh, why would she go confront the side girl? Because I was mad. Of course I'm gonna go confront her. She's texting my husband, the father of my child. And I was beyond upset. I'm still a little bit mad about it.
I can see it.
Yeah,
So.
I really am. I really can't believe Marcus, honestly. To this day, yeah, it hurt me.
So I can see that, and even
I'm still mad. I'm still mad. I really am. I really am. As a wife, I'm upset. That he would do that to our family. You understand?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. So as you guys can see, whirlwind of emotions, probably each one of them there's no words to express them, right? And then now here we are, we have to go through this recovery and healing process. And that can be a process in and of itself, right? So I want to ask you this, okay? Obviously those emotions are still there. Do you feel like you can recover and that you can forgive and maybe heal your relationship with Marcus and get back to this future that y'all are building? Now, I understand the anger is still there. I understand the sadness is still there. The fear may be even still there. But do you trust that Marcus can change and will treat you right going forward, being that this is a one-time occurrence? It's not something that he's always, made a habit of doing.
Right.
And of course, your child will have their father back in the home. Your son would have his stepfather back in the home. And you told me over the phone that they really love him, that your son really looks up to him and he sets a great example for your son. Could you forgive him? Could you recover?
When it comes down to my boys, that's a really tough spot for me, you understand? My boys, that's, Kevin, Marcus was my family. And when you ask me about trust and whatever, right now, trust and Marcus don't go hand in hand for me. You understand? And he's a man, I will say that my oldest son's father, he wasn't in their life the way he could have been, And when Marcus came in, I thought that he was going to be a role model for my boys. You know what I'm saying? Because I want my boys to grow up and I want them to be good, upstanding black men. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't want my boys to have all these side children and whatever. I want my boys to have a stable life and be good men. I want them to have wives one day. I want grandchildren one day. And I want them to be upstanding, men to their women, kings. You understand?
Absolutely.
And for Marcus to kind of put that, example out, especially for my oldest son, that no. I can't let, now, okay, let me stop because I want to say I can't let that happen, but I will say that Marcus was a strong, upholding, figure for them. I grew up without my dad. And I wanted different for my boys. So Marcus being there for them like that, I don't want that to end for my boys and I don't want them to see someone else because that's who they know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's who my oldest son knows and he's my youngest son's father. So with that, I don't want them to be without him, But to come into our home and have that kind of stuff going on, that's not a good example for the kind of men that I want my sons to grow up to be.
You're absolutely right. Marcus was wrong. I talked to him about this, actually. He feels that he didn't set a good example. He wants another opportunity to make it right. I'm sure you saw his video. Very, very thoughtful video of him, proclaiming his love for you and that he wants you back in his life and he wants his children back in his life. I know you said that you don't trust him anymore, but I want to let you know something. I'm sure you know this pretty much more than anybody now, but trust is no indication that a person is going to be faithful to you because you did trust him before all this. So what I would say is that because you know he struggles in this area, would you consider reconciling your relationship if he gets counseling with you to help him with his indeficiencies as a man? I mean, he's underdeveloped in certain areas, and you saw that. Often when a man is there and he's a model example for your children, he can almost seem like a hero, right? Inhuman, invulnerable. But we as men, we do become vulnerable. We do make mistakes, even when we look strong, right? And I think that he exposed one of his deficiencies there. But if you can forgive and y'all can reconcile and get the counseling that you need, y'all can work towards a healthy marriage. How do you think that sounds?
Well, look, okay, Kevin, let me explain something to you. I'm open to the counseling with my husband because that's my husband, that's my family. I'm open to the counseling, but I'm not giving Marcus any excuses. You understand?
Absolutely not. You shouldn't.
I'm not giving him any excuses. Sure, I'm open to the counseling to save my family, but Marcus is a grown man who knew full well before he started to let Lisa into his life, he could have made a different choice.
He could have.
You understand? And I look at that. Because Marcus is extremely smart. He provides for us, and I mean, I see the kind of man he is at work and everything, and he's a very smart man. So for him to do that to his own family, it let me know that the trust has to be worked on. Now, do I want that example as far as a strong working man for my boys? Yes, that's my husband. And so I can kind of maybe be open to that with the counseling, because I do want my boys to have a good example of someone in the home. Like, I don't want to raise them by myself. So if Marcus is like willing maybe to counsel, like to talk to someone, therapy or something, I might be in agreement with that, just to save our family for our sons. But
Well, I want to say this to you, okay? Even if you guys don't reconcile your relationship, I want to offer you counseling anyway, because I want your children to still have him as a father.
Yeah.
He still wants to be that regardless.
Okay.
You know, but I wanted to ask you this question, and this may be a difficult question for you to answer, but before the infidelity, did you and Marcus have any issues? Were y'all struggling in any specific place in your life? Was he raising certain complaints to you about wanting more of something from you or anything like that? I don't know, marriages go through ups and downs, but if you could put your finger on it, had he mentioned anything to you, areas in which y'all could grow in?
He sometimes would say about my communication.
Okay.
He would sometimes say about my communication, maybe because, like I said, I didn't grow up with an example of a male in the house. I grew up with my grandmother and my mom.
Okay.
So there was no man. My grandmother was like the provider and my mom was my mom. So we didn't have any male figures. And with Marcus, I do appreciate having that in the home, especially since I have sons. Mm-hmm. But Kevin, I don't know if I could do it on my own, you know, as far as forgiving him and accepting him back.
Well, what was the issue specifically with communication? What did he say was the problem with your communication?
Well, he said that, you know, he didn't like, so sometimes I get a little bit, I might yell. You know, I might not be able to get my point across the way I want. You understand? Like, I get that from my family because that's how my mom and my grandmother communicated through, you know, yelling and that kind of thing. And so I think it's embedded in me. And it's something I want to work on, but it's just how I grew up. Because that's how I was disciplined. And when I get mad at Marcus, he says I kind of belittle him and he thinks that I kind of like talk to him like a child or something. And maybe that may have had something to do with it on my end.
Well, I definitely want to work with you on communication. Oftentimes, more than not, we don't know exactly how to talk to our partners and get the most out of them. And when we're condescending, belittling, you're absolutely not going to get the most out of them. I always say to women, your man is not going to be softer than you. You know, so if you want a man to care about how you feel, be loving towards you, you have to do that back. Because if he doesn't believe that you are loving or that you are sensitive, he'll start to be way more direct with you. The same way you speak with him. And that's not how you want to be spoken to, right? And I want to say this, your desire to heal is commendable. But I want to ask you, if I could just ask you a question, aside from the emotions that you feel in your heart, do you still want your marriage? You do. Well, that's good. That's a start. Now, I want you to remember that you do want the marriage. And when I bring Marcus out here for you guys to talk, I will talk with Marcus for a bit before I bring you back out. But I'd like for you to keep that thought in mind. It can be easy to rehash on the emotional things and the bad things that happen, and then focus on those things and don't talk about building. when that's in the past, if you feel like you can forgive them, I think the right step is to start moving forward and talk about, life going forward. And also, if it doesn't work out, how is it going to look for the children? Marcus explained to me he hasn't been able to see his son or his stepson since this happened.
Right.
He says you don't see him as a good father or husband because he cheated on you.
Yeah, I took my sons away. I took my sons away. I did that because, I didn't want to, because my mom did the same with me. She took me away from my father. But yeah, I took my sons away because it was a toxic environment for me. And I didn't want my boys to see no kind of like toxic male energy. And maybe I will say that growing up when my mom took me from my dad, it hurt me. And I didn't want to take my boys from Marcus, but I did it to show him because I know Marcus loves his boys. Even if he might not so much respect everything about our marriage, he loved them boys more than anything. And I didn't have no other way to kind of validate myself. And I knew if I let him stop seeing his boys, if I take my boys, that was gonna make him feel like how I felt. That hurt that I felt was gonna touch him because he loved his sons. And so I kind of guess I did the pattern from what I learned from my mother. And I took his boys away from him.
Does your sons express that they miss him?
Oh, they ask for Marcus every day.
Wow. So then that's why I wanted to say that, because
they ask for him every day.
Right. Now, even though you have good reason to believe that he's not a good husband or father because he cheated on his wife and the mother of his children.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. Okay. Being a good father, being a good husband means being faithful and loyal to your wife.
That's true.
Set a good example to your children.
It's true.
Right. But I also want to say to you that, many, and including myself, would say that alienation from the children negatively affects the children as well. And have you thought about that? Because
Kevin, did you see when he brought that girl to our house?
I did.
You told me we'll get to that, but that's what, And that hurt in me. I had to retaliate. And how can I do that? Marcus, I don't know what he care about, but I know he care about his boys. And you're not gonna see your boys you're not gonna see your boys the way you treated me. I took them away from him to hurt him the way he hurt me. And maybe it wasn't the right thing to do.
Two wrongs don't make a right. That is punitive treatment, and I do understand your emotions that came from that, but it does negatively affect the children. So while you are saying, hey, I'm gonna hit him where it hurts, you are at the same time punishing your child because your child wants to be with him. They want to see him and they need him in their life.
They don't know what he did to me, Kevin.
No, they don't.
They don't understand that I don't want them to do that. I don't want them to grow up to be them kind of men.
Absolutely.
I really don't, but...
Which makes how you feel all the more understandable.
They ask for him, They want their father.
Well, how do you see it now? Seeing the after effect, right? So you said, okay, I don't know what he cares about, but I know he loves those boys. And if I remove them, hey, I can make him feel what I was feeling. Did you at that moment consider this is also going to hurt my sons? And I'm sure you didn't, but in hindsight.
I love my boys, but I think maybe selfishly that I wanted my husband to hurt the way he hurt me. And I know my boys are gonna grow to be black men and strong black men, and they do need that male figure.
Wow.
But
I appreciate your honesty. I love that you're being so genuine.
Kevin, honestly, that's my husband, And I mean, I just...
Are you ready to allow him to see his children even if you guys don't rectify your relationship? It's important that he's in their life. He obviously wants to see them. And we shouldn't punish each other. You know, if people can't be honest in their commitments, the most we can do is not be with that person. Are you willing to let him see his children? Your children would actually benefit from this as well. Now, we want to talk about the reconciliation of your relationship, but if that does not happen, I want you to be able to allow your sons to see their father.
They want to see him. I'm still mad.
Honestly, absolutely. We understand that. You ever heard the term be angry, yet sin not? So it's okay to have the emotion of anger. But if you know something's going to be counterproductive to your life, your children's lives, that's probably not the right decision to make. So your anger is no excuse to separate him from his children.
You're right. You're right.
I'm going to bring Marcus out here in a few, and we're going to sit and talk first, and I'll have you come back out.
You're right.
But I'm glad.
I don't want my boys to not have him. And maybe I was just mad, you know? So you're right. I do want them to see their father because they miss him so much. So.
Listen, guys, I hope you can see the damage that happens when infidelity occurs in a relationship. She had her hopes in this man. She believed that he was a good example for her children, only for that all to be stripped away with bad decisions, man. So I hope you guys can see this. You see this woman, she's in dire pain, you know, all because someone did not honor their commitments on their side. All right. I hope you guys are logging this in and making a mental note of all the pain that can come from, you know, just simply not being loyal. You know, if you're going to be with somebody and be in their life, treat them right. Treat them right. OK, because based on your actions, you can destroy other people. If you're going to live that way, stay single. Stay single.
Right.
Listen, love, I'm going to bring you back out after Marcus, and we're going to talk about even some more
It's
things.
still just a lot for me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's still, I was good, but just thinking about it is just still a lot, you know?
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of it will be good to talk about with Marcus. You guys haven't spoken in a while. You really haven't been answering your phone for him, so
No.
I'd like for both of you guys to talk, but I'm going to talk with him first.
Okay.
And look, Michelle, thank you so much. And I want you to go backstage for a moment. I'll talk with Marcus and I'll bring you back, okay?
All right.
Okay. Wow. That was extremely powerful, guys. Give me a moment. I'll be right back.